All right, it's called Thursdays with Mom and Michael. We bring on Anita and Elaine Rosenberg and Chef Michael Rugenberg. Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Always good to see you. Now listen, this is a wonderful book that I've just been looking at, Thursdays with Mom and Michael. And Elaine, I have to ask you, how did this whole thing come about? How did this collaboration? Well, first off, explain the relationships here. Tell me who these people are.
Okay. Anita's my daughter.
Uh-huh.
She lives in LA and she writes books. And Michael, we've adopted Michael and his wife Christine, and Michael's the chef. And the reason the book's called Thursdays with Mom and Michael, because he was a very, very busy young man. And when I asked him to do these parties, he only had one day out of the week left, and that was Thursdays. So I said, okay, Thursdays are mine. And that's how we started with the parties and Michael.
And Thursdays are yours, and Michael and you've been calling her mom ever since, right?
That's correct. Every Thursday I'm cooking dinner parties for Elaine, and Anita's there, and all the friends are there. We're doing these wonderful parties.
And people should know that you, of course, worked right here at the Little Nell for 5 years. From when to when?
I worked in the Little Nell from 1998 to like 2003. And then I was the second chef, and then I opened the Colony restaurant for a year, and then I became a private chef in town.
That's terrific. Now, Anita, with you, how did you go, you know what, we need to make a book out of this?
My mother is the most amazing, entertaining person. Her artistry of tabletops is unbelievable. And I think it's my sister and I are both artists, and we make art. I've had a couple exhibitions here in Aspen, and we make our work and we sell it and gets it out. And I think my mom sort of saw us making art and thought, I want something that's mine. I want something like a legacy to leave behind. And it was sort of my privilege and my honor to make this book for her. We didn't know it would be what it would be. I have to tell you, they started throwing these parties, and I brought in this amazing photographer, Carl Wolfgang. Carl shoots Aspen magazine. And so we brought him in to kind of just shoot the parties, and then the project just soared from there.
It really is a neat project. Elaine, you know, how did this come about to where you go, you know what, I like doing party planning and everything, to where now you've made a profession out of it?
Well, I was a designer,
Uh-huh.
and I had an antique store in Ohio. And then I was so busy getting pregnant and having lots of babies. And after they all left, I wanted something that was going to be mine. And I love doing tabletops. And I'm not fond of huge parties. So I thought I would have small dinner parties, which they are, between 8 to 10. And I mix people. I'm someone who doesn't know anybody. And that's what makes it so interesting. And I'm a breast cancer survivor, and that's why the money's going to breast cancer. And I think that there's nothing better than to get together with family and friends over a meal. And that was my whole theme.
And I think that's a great theme, you know, and everybody gets caught up and they think that the Aspen culture always has to be so high-end, so over the top, and I think, Chef, you can agree that actually really isn't the case. You can have these small get-togethers and still have great food, but not blow the budget out, especially during these times.
Oh, absolutely. Aspen is a small town, and I would see Aspen as like a sophisticated people, but still it's like a Jeanstown, laid-back people, and they like good food, good taste food, good looking food, and that's all that counts.
When you say good looking food, great tasting food, what are some of your new favorites that you find that you're cooking for people?
Well, you know, for me, it's like, as a private chef since 5 years, I'm going to the grocery shops and I'm always looking for the best food, what is available, fresh food, what is good looking for me, and then when I put my menu together.
Yeah.
And there's always great stuff in the stores and exciting food to do.
And the local movement, of course, locally grown foods, I'm sure.
Locally grown food from Peonia and around this nice Colorado state.
It's really neat. You know, Anita, your mom mentioned earlier about all the proceeds going from this to breast cancer awareness and research. You know, was that the theme from the get-go for this book?
That was at the very end. We wanted to make this book, which was exciting, and when we were all done, we ended up self-publishing the book, and we have to thank my father, Marvin, for being our biggest support and our biggest fan. He supported us in many, many ways on the project, and it was all done. We really thought about it. We thought, what would be better that our contribution would be all the money that we make, all the authors' proceeds that come in go right to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. It's Evelyn Lauder's foundation, and that also brought it into a real local book. book. I mean, everyone involved in this book was very local, from the graphic design group in Basalt to the Evelyn Louder group to all of us that are here, to Carl, who's the photographer. So it just made a lot of sense to us, and it's pretty exciting to be able to give back.
Yeah, well, it makes a lot of sense to me. It's a beautifully done book. And where can people pick this up at any bookstore?
We've got it at the Explore bookstore. We've got it downstairs at the Little Nell bookstore. We're having a book signing event tonight at Checkers, which is next to Boogie's. We also, Tuesday night's a really big book signing. Our final one in town is Eamon Wardy, and that's a great one. Everyone needs to come out for the Eamon Wardy event.
Yeah.
So those are just a couple of the venues that people can pick up our book.
Well, that's terrific. Elaine, Michael, Anita, it's the holidays, and what better than Thursdays with Mom and Michael to go with a holiday-like theme. Thanks so much for coming on this morning.
Thank you.
Brandon.
All right. Happy holidays to you guys.